What is up, everybody? It's just your boy Nate today on the Lazy Sunday live stream. Welcome back to the channel. I hope all of you are doing well. No Justin today. He is out in the wilderness camping once again. That boy, he's just camping all the time. I don't understand it. I'm not personally a fan of camping, but I guess that's just me being a city slicker. Yes, it is me, Nate here. What's up, everybody? Nice to see you all on today's stream. Today, I'm going to be opening my pile of shame, which if you don't know what a pile of shame is, it is essentially, you get to the point where you're getting so many figures that you don't open them all, so then you just start piling up all of these figures in boxes. And yeah, so I figured today would be as good a time as ever to finally have a reason to open them all up on stream. But I did just also get a text from Landspeeder Luke, so I think we may be having him pop on the stream as well here. So let me just get this to you, Luke, somehow, some way, maybe Instagram. What's up, everybody? Nice to see y'all here. We got 121 people in here. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe if you are new. We are always talking about Star Wars The Black Series here on the channel. All right. How's everyone's Sunday going so far? This feels weird. No Justin. Got 80s kid from the 90s in here. Is anyone excited for Ahsoka? Who isn't excited for Ahsoka? Ahsoka is going to be an awesome show from the looks of it. Although the Disney Plus track record, not good so far. Not good. But I have high hopes. I definitely have high hopes. What's up, Big Bendu? How's it going? Got Tom Bowling in here. I bet Admiral Holdo is in the pile of shame. No Admiral Holdo. I've never owned that figure, and I never plan on it. And 80s Kid, you're also wrong as well. No 2013 Boba Fett. That figure is long opened. We got Vader X Bricks in here showing some channel support here. Thanks for the super chat. We got hello there, heading to work at the moment. Have fun going through the pile of shame. Question of the week, what are you most excited for in Ahsoka? I think I'm most excited for the live action version of the Rebels crew and actually getting a continuation of Rebels, because Rebels is great. I thought it was a fantastic show, and it really pulled at my heartstrings, and I've always wanted to see a continuation of that, so I'm happy that it seems to be that's what we're getting with Ahsoka. Good evening, Wayne Duckett. How's it going? We also got Dan, Darth Educator, in here as well. How's it going? Nice to see you, Dan. Got Lit Fisto, Sir Pounce. Britt is in here as well. What's up, Britt? Got Gamer Zone. Not Obi-Wan. Hey, Britt's going to open her pile of shame as well. Very nice. Yes, not Obi-Wan. Solo stream here. What's up, Collector Cody? What's up, Donnie? Got hello there, Collectibles. I'm excited for Ahsoka Tano Tuesdays. Hopefully Hasbro won't let collectors down. Yeah, I'm not sure what we'll be seeing from the show. What's up, Kobe? How's it going? Got Brett on Fett in here as well. And we got Tom the Perceptor. Iron 9. No TVC today. I've got a few Black Series figures, some Mayfex, SH Figuarts, McFarlane, Marvel Legends, NECA. Pretty much everything but TVC, really. And Collector Cody, the thumbnail is a Game of Thrones reference. Game of Thrones. What's up, Paul Morales? How's it going? Got Daniel Mitchell in here as well. Jelly Cactus, how's it going? 007, nice to see you. Got Rob Henry here. Landspeeder Luke. Blaster Fodder. Mr. Coffee. Andy McDonald. Lazy Jawa, happy Sunday to you. Grand Moff Papu, how's it going? And We got Jeff W. Happy Star Wars Sunday. Yeah, I can't believe Ahsoka is already right around the corner. And I'm really excited that they decided to switch it to... Got to fix the sideburn here. That the episodes are going to go live at 6 p.m. on Tuesdays. So now I won't have to fear social media the next day because I can't stay up that late. Zoo Boy, how's it going? Say what's up, Nate. Enjoying the lazy Sunday, messing around with TVC Chrysanthemum and replaying KOTOR on Switch. Haven't played it since I was a kid on the Xbox, but the new figs got me wanting to replay. Very nice. I don't have it on Switch, but I'm sure it would be awesome to have it portable. I remember I had the iPhone version a while ago, but I'm not sure if that still actually works or not. And we got Psycho Emerald in here, and it looks like Luke has joined us. So we got Landspeeder Luke in here as well.
What's
up, buddy?
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. Just hurricane prepping.
Yeah. How's that going?
Just drizzling so far, but nice to have kind of a cozy day at home.
Yeah. You got everything locked down?
Yeah.
All the...
I mean, didn't really have much to do, but yeah, just hoping it's not too... I guess I'm most worried about like losing power.
Yeah.
And that sort of thing, but yeah, other than that, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, what was it? It's been like 80-something years since there's been a hurricane
like this,
in California. So.
We're totally ready for it as a city.
Yeah, I bet. And that's why I like my good old landlocked Indiana, although I guess tornadoes are a thing, but
yeah,
you know.
Nowhere is safe.
Yeah, nowhere is safe.
Which is nice.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's nice to have a little bit of danger. I start to hear those tornado sirens. I go in the basement with all my figures and...
Yeah.
What's up, Riley? We also got Benny in here. And there's Paige. She's holding it down at work today. We got Ethan in here. Not Obi-Wan says, Nate, did you fire Justin? No, he's camping. He is out in the wilderness for some reason.
Did he lose his house already?
Yeah, right. It's already gone. So now he's just living in Lucy's car. Justin pretends it's Endor out in the wilderness, right? What's up, Psycho Emerald?
Without getting into any spoilers, have you read any of the like early reviews of the Ahsoka show?
Oh no, I haven't even watched any of the like later trailers. I
really?
just watched like the first initial one, and I've kind of been trying to tune it out. But you know, of course, it's scrolling through social media. They keep trying to shove it in my face.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I'm trying not to because I'm already excited. So I kind of want to be surprised.
Yeah, so far it's been all positive. So
that's good. I have faith, although like you know we always talk about Dave Filoni did direct the worst episode of The Mandalorian. So
yeah, which one was that? Was that Toro Calican?
Yeah, the gunslinger.
Gotcha.
So I don't like that one. I don't like that. What's up, Dill? Still loving that Malgus review. Yeah, thanks everyone. Crazy support on the Malgus review. It just hit 5,000 views today, so that is pretty awesome. Not gonna lie. What's up, Mr. Grudge? We got Master Jedi Trader 420. Collector Khan is in here. Seth Nico. How's it going? Got White Direwolf. Britain Toyland. Need the Ghost Fam reunion with Ezra. I will cry many tears. Yeah, that's going to be a tough moment if they all get reunited again, which I would imagine they're going to. I can't see them not doing that. What's up, Master Razzie? And let's see. Any recent pickups? 80s kid. Hold your horses, all right? Hold your horses. What's up, Kyle? How's it going? Way to hold down the fort. Question for you. Is there a clone you'd love to be announced next from Vale's Toy Store? At this point, I really want that Wolfpack Trooper. It's... Obviously, all the 501st stuff is awesome to have, but still just having Commander Wolf for this many years and not having any of the grunts is a little disappointing. What's up, Zavi? And Andy McDonald, do you guys and gals in the U.S. have Black Series 5s? I do not. Luke, do you have that figure yet?
I don't know, and I accidentally canceled my pre-order for him
Oh,
because
yeah, I
I
remember
found
that.
Jesse. I got Jesse, I think, from Star Action Figures, and then I went to cancel my Jesse, and I canceled fives instead because I was just looking at the little thumbnails.
Oof.
And so I have the Walmart app on my homepage. I've been checking, and then he was in stock on Star Action Figures, but I feel I'll get him eventually. I know 'cause I don't really have clones on display, so I'm gonna get him, open him, and put him in a bin
Yeah.
under my bed. And so I'm just like, there's no rush to get him. But he was in stock on Star Action Figures, but he's gone back out again. But I waited to get Darth Malgus until I could find him in person, and I found him at Frankenstein yesterday for 35 flat cash.
Nice.
And it was so worth the wait. It was just like so fun to actually get to walk in and buy something.
Yeah, definitely. Have you
So
opened Malgus yet?
I did, yeah. I opened him at Frank's, which was the first time I've actually like opened the figure before I even get home.
I mean,
And I was with Tim and Frederick, and we were all
mhm.
just admiring the scale.
Yeah, it's
So
kind of
cool.
crazy. So, what do you think about Malgus?
He's great. I don't really have that much of any connection to the character,
Mm-hmm.
and so looking at it, I can appreciate it that it's a great figure. But it might as well be a Fortnite figure or like a Halo. It's just like I don't connect with it, so I don't feel like it's even a Star Wars figure.
Right. No,
Um,
I
but the
I get.
lightsaber is cool.
Yeah, I get that. I've never played Old Republic. I'm not a big MMO guy,
Hmm.
so I've never had the desire to play it. But the CGI cutscenes are pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah, I think those have a lot more legs than uh, the actual game.
right. Yeah, because
I tried playing it early pandemic and just like it was not for me.
yeah, I don't like the monotony of like most MMOs where it's like go over here, grab this item, now walk back all the way where you came from,
Hmm.
and
Also,
turn.
what's wild about that game is like I follow 1,000 Star Wars accounts, and it's like I never see anyone talking about it ever. Like I don't think I've ever
Right.
heard it mentioned. um, I'm like, who is playing this game?
Were there actually people playing when you tried it out?
Yeah, but
Okay.
I mean you can almost find that anywhere or like any
Right.
any game. So
Yeah. At least with Star Wars.
yeah.
Gamerzone, thank you so much. Member for 25 months. That's insane. Thank you for the long-term support. Appreciate that. And Broncos fan 99, thanks for the $5 super chat. They say Rex is supposed to make an appearance in Ahsoka. Hope that they treat the character with class for us Clone Wars fans. I'm sure if he does show up, it will be done correctly. I'm confident. It's Dave Filoni. If it was anyone else other than Dave Filoni, we might have something to worry about. But since they're kind of like his characters in a way, I can
Mhm.
see him, wanting to do everything he can to make sure that the live action versions of them are as best as they can be. So I'm not too worried about it if he does show up. If he doesn't show up, I won't really care either. Because honestly, Rex would be very old, very very old. If we're going off of the whole Nick Sant Rex thing,
Does the accelerated aging end after a certain point?
See,
Is it just like
that's what I've always wondered because I'm like, how did Rex live so long to the
I
Battle
feel
of
like I've heard that
Endor?
it's like an accelerated growth, but then you like accelerated youth.
Mm. I guess I could see that, but it's probably explained somewhere in some book or something that I've never
Hmm.
bothered to read. But yeah, I don't know. I've always thought about that because I'm like, wouldn't the accelerated aging just like make them really old really
Yeah,
quick? But
dog
I
ears.
yeah, that's a good theory though. Maybe it's just to adulthood.
Hmm.
Soup Dragon, thank you so much for being a channel member for 14 months. I appreciate all of the long term support from you guys. And it's really awesome that StreamYard's finally showing this stuff on the actual stream and not just on the YouTube stream. And same thing with Fig. Member for 25 months. Long live the OOTB Empire. I mean, Fig is without a doubt the longest out of the basement fan ever. You can go back to the cringe 2015, 2016 videos, and I guarantee you there's a comment from Fig. So it's a lot longer than 25 months. But we appreciate that. And Kyle M here has also been a member for 24 months. Insane. Insane. Daniel saying the hex stands are hurricane proof. That's a selling point right there. What do you think, Luke? Can they withstand the hurricane?
We'll see. What infill did you print them with?
Yeah, right. What's up, Eli the Jedi? And Troy Dodson, a member for 17 months. Thank you so much. Live action Lothal. Yeah, that'll be awesome. Big Bendu has been a member for 3 months, and they say, Luke, your videos are some of my favorites. I get excited every time one pops up. Nate Ola Playa, great Chungus review. Thanks, Big Bendu. Appreciate that. Luke's videos are the best. They are the best. They're so nice, so relaxing. It's a good time. Oh, look. Look who's here. We got Salacious J-Rick on his alternate account.
Thanks, guys. Sorry, I had to run and close some windows real quick. Sorry.
You're good.
Missed
You're good.
yeah.
J-Rick is here with his alternate account. And we got Norsky in here as well. What's up? And Ivan's here as well. Nice to see you. And Justin's going to stop at a few Targets and Walmarts on the way back home. We'll update the chat if I find anything. What are you looking for, Justin? That's what I want to know. What is out there in stores that you don't have? Besides Malgus. But I'm pretty sure Justin has Malgus on pre-order. Spoiler alert. Since he's Mr. I don't pre-order anything. Exposed live on stream.
Malgus shipped from a few spots already, right?
Yeah, because I got mine from Big Bad Toy Store.
Okay.
Which I just got lucky. There was a bunch of comments of people asking how I got it because, it's still up for pre-order, but they must have just gotten some early shipments, and I just happened to be one of the people that pre-ordered it fast enough. Nice. So, yeah. Edwin's asking, what do you guys think of the new Black Series Sabine? It is sold out on Big Bad Toy Store. Luke, are you grabbing that figure?
Yeah, I'll definitely be picking that up.
Yeah, that's the only one.
I haven't pre-ordered it though. I haven't I don't think I've gotten other than like convention exclusives or stuff that is only shipping from Pulse.
Mm-hmm.
I always kind of end up finding it somewhere else.
Yeah.
I'll do a Star Action Figures order, or someone in Hong Kong will DM me that they have it, and I'll be like, yeah, screw it.
Right. Yeah, might as well. Sabine's the only one I actually pre-ordered out of the Ahsoka figures that are coming out. Just because, if the show is really good, I'll probably pick up Hera. But obviously, Ahsoka is just a re-release, so no reason to pick that up.
Yeah.
Caleb W., thanks for being a channel member for 10 months. Appreciate that. And same thing with Psycho Emerald for 11 months. I'm almost to a year, I guess, on the old membership. Nice. Very nice. And Big Bendu, don't give up hope on Malik. That wave is barely hitting. So, especially in stores. I would not be sweating it too much if I were you. Although I have seen people find him at GameStop, so that might be the best place for you to look, honestly. And Brian says, I wish the Black Series Sabine came with a Loth Cat. So do I.
I'm going to drop a link in the chat to this company that makes Loth Cats that you can buy. That I have one of them, and they're really nice. They have the white one now from the Ahsoka show.
Nice.
Let's see. Where's my chat? Okay. I've got a couple things from them. They're really nice quality. I can't remember how long it takes to ship. It's not super quick, but worth it when you get it.
Are they painted?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they come all painted. Yeah. Just that it's not articulated. It's just a statue, but.
Right. I mean, but I don't need articulation on a Loth Cat.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I just need it to stand there.
Comes out to about $29 for a loose 6-inch scale white Loth Cat. but they also
That's-
sell carded ones, which are cool. They're just a few dollars more on like
Oh.
custom card backs. And the
That's
card
really
backs
cool.
that they do have Velcro on them, so like you can pop the bubble off and then you can put it back.
Nice.
But yeah, they do really cool stuff.
Yeah, that's not bad for a pre-painted figure.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I have the like the yellowy orange one, and I really like it. I think it's in one of my
Nice.
videos.
Nice. Zooboy, thanks for being a member for 7 months. Can't believe it's been less than a year. Feels longer. True. That is true, Zooboy. Riley's asking, do I order the Ghost? My answer is yes. But that's just because I did. So, you know. And I want to get all those backers in there so that we can get all the tiers. Although there's some whisperings in the community that once the international backing gets added, that it's already completed all tiers. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. And not Obi-Wan is asking, I know you're not into the 1/6 scale, but did you see that Hot Toys do back? I did. And I don't like that Stormtrooper helmet. Justin enlightened me as to what they're going for with like the weird thing they did with the black line, but I still don't like it. It looks really dumb in my opinion. So the dewback looks great, but the Stormtrooper I think looks like doo-doo. So I will not be picking that up. So Luke, how's collecting been for you? How's the custom world going?
Everything's been a little slow right now. I think I've just been like busy with real life, and so I've got a couple ideas going, a couple things in early production. Nothing too exciting. I did buy the Black Series Scout Trooper helmet and did weathered it up myself because I've never weathered a full scale prop, and that was a lot of fun. I was pretty happy with how it turned out because I think I've seen a lot of really bad weathering and I just didn't know how it was going to go. And also just like trying to weather a smooth surface like that is really tricky because nothing sticks to it.
Right.
And so just kind of messing around with that and going back and forth. And I think I probably wasted a lot of time like doing something and completely wiping it off. And but I love the way it turned out.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Other than Malgus, like no real pickups. I'm in the mood to do something figure related. Like I'm like maybe I need to take all my shelves down and reorganize, or like rethink the display, or like I'm in the mood to kind of freshen up a little bit.
Yeah.
But other than that, nothing too crazy.
Nice. Yeah, I definitely hear you on that. I was just organizing all of my gaming greats figures now that we just got Bastila and Malik and Malgus, so I was doing a little rearranging and kind of putting them all together in one area, even though they're technically not all from the same era, but it's close enough. So
yeah,
I count it.
I was thinking of doing some sort of a new YouTube video or something because I don't know why I just had no desire to review Malgus. Like I was just like, okay. Like also I think getting him so late was kind of nice, being like, okay, everyone else already got their reviews out, so
yeah,
I'm just gonna like actually enjoy a figure for myself
right
for the first time in a while. And but I am kind of in the mood, especially today, just one of those rainy days. I'm just like, maybe I'll go come up with something to film another shelf series or something. So
yeah, it's always fun to just be able to enjoy a figure and not be sweating about getting a review up as soon as possible. It did feel weird though. I was like, obviously in the group chat we've been like, hey Luke, you gonna review Malgus? Like, where's the Malgus review at?
Yeah.
We were all like waiting around for it, but
I got everyone spoiled now.
Yeah, right. We're just like, come on, man.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What's up, Lukeness? How are you? Nice to see you here. And Riley, I don't have a plan for the Ghost. That comes later. I figure I probably got about a year and a half before that becomes a reality. So hopefully by that time I'll have something figured out. But as of right now, I've got no plan. I'm just buying it because it's the Ghost, and I love Rebels.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I ordered it because I know that when everyone's getting theirs, I'm gonna want to open mine, but I don't want to review it because I just like don't have enough space to film it. And then, like I'm gonna want to open it, and then I don't know. I might end up canceling it
Yeah,
but we'll
which
see.
I mean, you know, understandable if you do, since you're not really a huge TVC guy in
Yeah, I'm going through
general.
that thing where you're looking at your closet and there's all this stuff that's I've been trying to be stricter about myself, being like, if it's not 12th scale and I'm not going to plan on keeping it forever, then don't buy it. Because like
Yeah.
even at just like conventions, like at Comic-Con, I bought some things that I was just like, I just wanted to open them up at the hotel room, but it's like, no, I just have them,
Right.
and I wish I didn't.
Yep. I have been there many, many times, or you see a really cool figure online that everyone else has, and you're like,
Mhm.
well, I need it.
Yeah.
And then you get it, and you're like, really excited for like a day, and then
Mhm.
afterwards you're like, oh, why did I do this?
Yeah, also like my just Black Series or Star Wars 12th scale collection is just so extensive now that it's like it's taking over so many different closets. And I don't even keep any of the boxes. Like I'm out of space for loose figures at this point, without having to like buy new furniture and new storage. And so I'm like, okay, I don't need these. Like I've got some Clone Wars Hot Toys that are just sitting in the closet because I'm like, do I want to instantly lose money on them and sell them
Right.
now, or do I want to display them? I don't really have room to display them, and so it's stressful.
Yeah, because you're still working with just that one kind of like
The closet,
display
yeah.
closet.
And then I've got like my Mandoverse Hot Toys above my computer desk here. But other than that, yeah, I've got my 6 like Mandoverse heroes, and then but I've got like the Clone Wars Anakin with the stap, which is awesome. But I just like really don't have somewhere to put it.
Right. Yeah, that's got to be tough. I mean, I I I just recently, one of my roommates moved out, so um, I unlocked a whole other bedroom in my house
Oh wow, that's dangerous.
for more figure goodness.
New
And
backpack unlocked.
yeah, I'm just like, oh well, here's another room there. I mean,
Yeah.
I moved all my movie, like my movie collection up there, just because it
Mhm.
was like sitting in my dining room, and it would kind of be nice to like use the dining room as a dining room.
Yeah.
But maybe that might just be me becoming an old man and not
I'm
wanting to eat at the couch.
I'm at the point where I'm like looking at like my bookshelves, being like, do I need books? What am I gonna do with these?
I mean, you read them once. Do you ever
Yeah.
really read them again?
I usually end up I'll give them to someone if we're talking about something. I'll be like, oh, like, take this book, and then they take it, and then they throw it out.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, because I mean, you can't really like resell a book. I mean, you can, but you're not gonna, like,
Yeah.
is the couple dollars worth all the legwork of trying to
I
actually
also
sell
have
it?
like 15 Star Wars art books
Mm.
that I am always like, they're fun to buy and like flip through when you get them, and I'm like, this is gonna be reference when I do dioramas. Like, look at all this cool reference, and then I never look at them. I just Google pictures of it, and then a year later I'll be flipping through the book, being like, oh, this would have come in handy. But it's like, am I gonna flip through all these books trying to figure out?
Right. I know. I just recently bought the Phantom Menace visual guide because I found it for like a couple dollars
Fun.
at a used bookstore, and I flipped through it once, and now it just sits on my coffee table, and I've never opened it ever again.
I've given a lot of stuff away to like neighbors' kids.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I'm like, don't fire the rocket on this Boba Fett, but you can play with it.
Yeah. Right.
Like when I bought a bunch of like Mission Fleet stuff for on my channel at one point. It was like some crazy Target sale,
Yeah.
and I was just like adding stuff to my cart and just being like, oh, it'll be for the channel. I did the thumbnail literally says like, why did I buy this?
I think I remember that video.
But it's like paid $13 for it, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna sell this on eBay and make $2, so I'll just give it away to friends.
Yeah, I bought a few. I bought 2 Mission Fleets sets. I have the Bo-Katan one and I have the Obi-Wan one. I opened the Obi-Wan one with his Jedi Starfighter, and I like it. I have it on display like above my Black Series figures, but I also was kind of like, they kind of suck. So I never opened Bo. I was just like, whatever, just kind of threw it to the side.
Yeah,
But,
I need to get rid of this stuff. What happened was I was saving a bunch of stuff, thinking like, because when it's so much random stuff, you're like, oh man, I don't want to like have to list all these on eBay, especially when you're just like making $10-20 on it. Like I
Right.
was like, this is a lot of work, especially when it's like big stuff. And just yeah, even just having to like unbox it, take photos of everything, all of that, and then so I'm like, oh man, I just need to get a table at a convention. And then when we actually had a table at a convention last year for with Tim and Frederick,
Yeah.
it was so much more work to like load up the car with all the stuff, drive it to the convention, then you got to walk it from your car to the actual to your table on the floor. And then once we had all that, we decided that we weren't going to actually sell stuff because it was going to be too confusing with all the stuff that we had on display that wasn't for sale. And so
Oh,
I
yeah.
ended up doing all of that just for it to sit under the table at the convention. And so I'm like, okay, like, yeah, it sounds easy to just be able to like take money from someone and hand it to them, but also you're like, oh yeah, just getting it to the convention table is way harder than just getting it to the post office or having them pick it up.
Yeah, and what I always struggle with is like I'll go to sell something and then I'll realize I won't have a box for it,
Mhm.
and then I'm like, oh, now I have to go track down a box.
Yeah, there's a little like mail
So-
center near where I live, and they're super friendly. And so I'll just show up and be like, "Hey, here's the label, here's the thing," and then he'll just like pick out a box, and then I'll pay a few dollars for it.
Oh, that's
Um,
awesome.
and that's nice. It makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah, that definitely does make things. Like I try and keep some of my boxes like little small ones that I know I can put like a figure in or something, but then I forget about them, or
Hmm.
and then I just end up not selling anything and it just sits around in my basement.
Well, that's why you're getting my TVC Endor bunker for free.
Right, exactly. Which I'm excited for. Although,
I'm surprised you don't have it.
yeah, that was one that I was definitely waiting for a sale on, just because I feel like it was a little too pricey.
Yeah. Well, how's $7.49?
Yeah, I mean that's
Oh.
a great price. That's
It's actually not that big. Like it's about a foot long, I'd say. Like it doesn't take up too much space.
yeah, that's not bad.
And you get a free figgy with it.
Yeah, right. It's got like it's got the removable helmet, right? So it's
The Scout Trooper?
yeah,
Oh, yeah, I guess it does. Yeah, I forgot about that.
yeah, because it's like Nick Sant or something.
Hmm.
Yeah. Not Obi-Wan. Nate, where did your dude figure go? It is up in the spare bedroom now. I kind of, what I did was, since I have all my movies up there, I put like a lot of like movie related figures on the shelf above it. So the dude is up there, like RoboCop's up there, some aliens. I got my big 18-inch McFarlane Ash and Freddy Krueger. Those are sitting up there. So just kind of like a lot of like, not Star Wars related stuff, but other movies I put up on the top shelf. And that's where he's sitting right now. I have a little glass case that I put him in that my mom used to have a very creepy doll in when I was growing up. And she got rid of the doll and gave me the case. And so now the dude lives in that case. But yeah, so this stream, obviously we're joined with Luke now, but I am going to be opening up a pretty significant pile of shame of figures here that I just have been buying but not opening because life gets in the way, and sometimes you just push that figure to the side and it just sits in a pile. And we got Fig 2.0 coming in here with the $20 super chat. This is a question for you, Luke. Being a SoCal native, Tommy Burgers over In-N-Out? I'm a fan of both, but I prefer In-N-Out.
I love In-N-Out, but I've never heard of Tommy Burgers.
So there you go. Looks like In-N-Out is the winner. In-N-Out is pretty good.
Interesting. Okay, I've seen this logo. I'm looking it up now. I'm like, okay, I've seen this logo, but I've never gone.
Guess you're gonna have to try it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I've seen this place. I just didn't know it was somewhere I was supposed to go. I did just have like Pink's hot dogs for the first time, and it was good.
Yeah.
It was all right.
I mean, that's kind of...
I wouldn't wait in line for it.
I went to California in 2007. That was the last time I was there. And I like In-N-Out. I liked it when I tried it, but I was also just kind of like, that was it. That was what everyone freaked out about for so long.
It's most of trendy food.
Right.
Like I really like Shake Shack,
Hmm.
and that was like when I lived in New York. It was like there was it was one little shack literally in a park, and like you had to wait in line for hours, and they had a website where you would check their webcam to see the line before you even went to go show up, just to make sure if you wanted to go
Jeez.
wait. And like I love Shake Shack, but it's like I don't love it enough to wait 3 hours for it. But yeah, there's
Yeah.
an, there's a couple bars near me that I go to with friends, and there's a
Hmm.
Shake Shack on the way home from the bars, on the walk home, which is dangerous.
Oh yeah. I mean, when you get a little alcohol in the system, greasy burgers become the greatest thing on planet Earth.
And then I feel like it's like medicine. I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to get like my body deserves this.
Right. You got to have something to soak up the alcohol.
My reward for being bad to my body is being worse to my body.
Being worse,
It's like
making me.
when you're hungover, you're like, yeah, let's go to a diner and go nuts.
Yeah.
Like you're like, we deserve it. It's like
But
buying food when you're sick. You just like,
it's
I'm gonna eat whatever I want.
it literally like revives you though.
True.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, the last time, which I recently turned 30, and I had a few beers the other night, and I woke up with an extreme hangover, and my first thought was, this must be what it's like to be 30,
Yeah.
and I ate a couple Uncrustables, and that was my hangover cure.
Oh yeah. I love a good Uncrustable.
Uncrustables are so good.
In the toaster.
All the macho guys that I work with always make fun of me because they think that it's because I don't like the crust.
The crust.
But
Yeah.
but I'm like, no, it's just like a pre-made sandwich that I can just grab and toast it up. Or I've actually I'll put them in the air fryer.
Yeah.
Air,
I've never tried that, but that sounds perfect.
dude, the air fryer Uncrustable is it's good.
Also,
It's good
PB and
stuff.
J is one of those things it's basically just sugar, but you don't think of it as sugar, so you're like, this is
Yeah.
really good bread.
It's like it's like three different kinds of sugar mixed into one. You got the sugary ass white bread, and then the peanut butter, and the
Mhm. Basically
jelly.
a cinnamon roll,
Yeah,
but with
literally.
lunch vibes.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, not Obi-Wan is from Finland and is asking, is it true Burger King is bad in the United States?
It's cheap, or it's
It's
like it's cheap food. It tastes like it's cheap food.
Yeah. The thing is I'll eat it, but it is definitely like all the way down on like the lowest possible rung of places I will stop.
It's like when you're traveling and you're at a hotel and you have to order food at 11 p.m. and you're like, "What's open?"
Yeah, and you're like,
Burger King.
I guess I could get 20 nuggets for $1.49 and not question if they're actual chicken or whatever they might actually be made out of. But
Now I
yeah.
want Shake Shack for lunch.
Oh man, I wish I had one closer. I gotta drive all the way to Chicago to go to Shake Shack.
If I'm gonna order food though in this weather, I'm gonna have to tip more than I want to.
Oh yeah, I mean it's like ordering, during the pandemic. I was tipping like way more than I ever normally would. But
Yeah.
I mean, the people out there, they wanna deliver, so give them a nice fat tip.
True.
Yeah, and I mean, for me, I used to deliver pizzas too, so I always try and tip as best as I possibly can for delivery people, just because I know what it's like to get stiffed or to get spare change as a tip.
Ooh. It's always the nicest houses too, right?
Yes, yeah, you go to the biggest house, or one of the worst tips I ever actually had was from a church, and they ordered like 80 something dollars worth of Pizza Hut, and they gave me like $4.
Damn.
And I was like, ooh, this is not a good look.
Yeah.
This is not a good look. But yeah,
And then you have to give 10% of that back to them.
right. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Stephen P says, any idea when the last dual Darth Vader comes out from the Obi-Wan series? I'm pretty sure Yakface reported that the shipments have arrived in the U.S.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but not Obi-Wan. I also agree. Tipping culture is dumb. These businesses and places should just pay a living wage to their servers, and then we wouldn't have to worry about it. But unfortunately, that's not how it is in the United States. They would rather pay you $2.14 and go, well, the rest is on you. It's dumb. It's dumb. But okay, so I do have a bunch of pile. I guess I'll start out with just some typical Black Series stuff that I haven't opened yet, because I've had these Ollie's Troopers for forever. The clone and the Tusken Raider here. Nice little tenor at Ollie's, which my Ollie's is absolutely stacked with these still. So
wow.
if you got an Ollie's, you might want to just check and check again, because I know some people were saying, "Oh, I missed it," or this or that. Luke, do you have Ollie's out there in
No,
SoCal?
we don't. But I've been to an Ollie's recently when I was traveling, and so I've experienced the thrill of finding the solo Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time, like, honestly, Ollie's is trash. It's it's nothing you want, and that's why it's
Right.
there. It's like all the Hasbro Fortnite figures that no one bought, and that's why Hasbro is done with the line as well. But I only bought one Archive 501st Trooper when it came out, and so it is kind of nice to get some more of the like bulkier 501st Troopers, even though the articulation is trash.
Yeah.
And this
You
one,
like those on that body?
I like the way they look.
Yeah.
But and honestly, like, I'm at the point in my collection where, obviously just like you, I have so many figures that I have to vanilla pose them. So
Right.
like, I'll complain about it in the review and like harp on it and stuff like that, but in order for my display to work, all of my figures are just standing there for the most part. So well, I'm excited about the new updated version.
Yeah. Do you follow Baraka the Collector on YouTube?
I do not. I'm
He doesn't
unfamiliar.
post that much, but he has a collection tour video that I love watching because he's got his figures. They're all on the shelf, and it's pretty crowded, but he's got them in some really interesting poses that I like. Because, like, you watch action displays, videos, and they're awesome poses, but you're like, I don't have room for that one. But I really enjoy looking at some of his poses. I've stolen a few of his poses.
Yeah.
From his collection. It's definitely he's got under 5K subs.
Nice.
But I really dig his channel.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out for sure. Brett on Fett says we don't have Ollie's in Texas. Anyone know what the equivalent would be? I mean, if you got like a Ross or a Burlington Coat Factory or something like that, that's just a general overstock store. That's what Ollie's is. They just happen to have toys, but for the most part, it's books, food, home goods, I guess you could call it. Yeah, I'm gonna check out Baraka so I don't forget, because I will absolutely
just dropped
forget.
a link in the chat to his video, but
yeah, I wish I had more space. I mean, and I could, but obviously I collect much more than just Black Series, so that's where I run into my issues. But yeah, so we got one open here, the Archive 501st. Luke, have you been getting any of the Vale's Toy Store stuff, or how are you feeling about that kind of stuff?
I have a couple. I try to get. I don't really care much about a lot of the clones. Like, I wouldn't be able to recognize them or name them. Like Kicks, and won't even try to remember the others. But I have some of the grunts. Like, I have the 501st, I have the 212th. I have a couple of the plain phase 2s, and then I did get the ARC Troopers, or one of them. I got some of the ARC Troopers, like the 212th ARC looks cool. Just basically if I think they look cool. So I probably have about half of the ones that they've made, half of the clones. And again, they're just like my clones bin in my closet is stuffed full,
Right.
and I'm like, okay, why am I buying this? When there was
Yeah.
just a few of the like when Vales had like 12 different ones, I was like, okay, I don't want to miss out on these.
Yeah. It was
Because I know they're not going
manageable.
to be, yeah. And then now they got like 20 different ones. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna. I've already got like even if I did a shelf series video of just clones, like I've already got twice as many as I couldn't even do for that. So
Right. No, I
maybe I need to
totally.
do a clone shelf series today.
That'd be cool. I'd love to see all the different clones you have, especially because I know you've got some great customs too. But yeah, it's crazy how fast Vales has been putting all of these out. I kind of wish they would slow down a little bit because
Hmm.
mixing that with like the regular Black Series stuff that's coming out.
Yeah, it's been crazy. What's crazy is like how I went like 5 months without getting any new Black Series, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe 3 or 4 months. Like it was like after the, I think it was the Mon Mothma wave.
Mm-hmm.
It was so dead for a minute, and like I was like, I can't. It's just what, yeah, one of those things where it's like it just starts. They start coming out so fast that you're not even getting that excited about them.
Right.
Um, and then especially when I do my reviews, it's like I'm opening them in front of the camera, then I go and edit the video, and then I'm kind of over it, and then it's like I'm like I haven't even spent a moment with the figure yet.
Yeah. No, I
So
100% get that. I feel that way right now with the Luke and Grogu 2-pack. Like I opened it last week on stream, had a
mhm.
little moment with it, and I've been meaning to review it, but it's literally just sitting there, and
Yeah.
I'm just like. "Eh." Also, that Grogu rock piece is really annoying. I
Oh really?
trying to get the. I don't know if mine is just like a QC issue, but the like ball with the blaster piece just will not stay pegged in.
Oh, interesting. There's a couple different holes there for that.
Yeah, no,
I don't, is it supposed to peg into that, or does it just go into its base?
well, it pegs into the rock like that little blast effect. There's kind of like a half semicircle peg um, that I would assume is where you're supposed to plug it into, but it just won't stay in, and
Gotcha.
it's annoying me. So
Yeah.
I'm also kind of like, well, now I don't want to review it because it's annoying me.
Yeah, I saw someone got theirs without the little clear curved piece that Grogu's supposed to jump.
Oh yeah,
There's was missing that, which is a
yeah,
bummer.
yeah. Brit is also struggling with that blast effect. So I'm glad it's not just me. I'm glad it's not me. It was, because I was really getting frustrated the other day after last week's stream when I really started messing with it. The Luke figure's great though. I like the Luke a lot. I like that
Yeah.
costume too. But yeah, how about we get this the Tusken Raider, which who doesn't love a nice 9.99 army builder, especially a Tusken Raider.
I think people forget how expensive that figure was at one point.
Oh, I know. That's for the longest time I only had one because
Yeah.
of that.
There was
You
a
know.
comic book store near me. There's like really no good stores nearby. I think because like retail space is too expensive here for toy shops.
Right.
But there's one comic book store, and they have this one guy who has his Black Series figures there, and it'll be like thin for $30, kind of. But they had the Tusken for 45, and I was gonna buy it, and then I left, and then I went back to get it, and it was gone.
Wow.
And I was like, no, my 45.
Yeah.
And then luckily it got re-released, and I've got too many of them.
Yeah. But I mean, it's such a good figure. I even though it's definitely got traffic cone syndrome for sure, but I actually don't mind the soft goods on this one too. I think they did a pretty good job.
Yeah, those are some of the soft goods that are allowed on my shelf.
Some of them. Yeah. Yeah, this is just a really nice figure. I love the Tuscan. I love all the different options that you get with it too.
Yeah, that's such a classic one. Like that's just one of those that I never gets boring.
Yep. I always forget, just how many accessories it came with too, which especially at the time during the red and black box era, like
Hmm.
pretty crazy that it came with so
Yeah, a
many
lot of
different
variety
options. Yeah, for
there. You can get like there's like at least 4 or 5 different options, right?
yeah, there's like there's 3 different heads for the gaffy stick. So
Nice.
yeah, you can choose between all of those, and then you also get the the long rifle as well, which this will look great with my A New Hope figures, adding to the Tuscan lifestyle here. Because I did also get some of the credit collection Tuscans, and I haven't opened those either, so I'm gonna pop those as well. Did you grab anything from that GameStop sale, Luke?
Yeah, so the one there used to be a GameStop near me that was next to my Target, and so it was like a constant, you always swing by before you go get
Mm-hmm.
your weekly needs, and it closed during the pandemic, and I just thought GameStops were done in my area. Uh, and I was driving by this other place recently, and I was like, "Is that a GameStop sign?" And then I was like looking it up. I was like, "Is that old or is it new?" Like I was like, I feel like I would have noticed that before, and it's a new GameStop that opened up like a mile from
Nice.
me, so that's really exciting. So I went in and they had the Scout Troopers with the riot shield, and I got two of them for $11 total because I had $10 worth of points, and then it was like buy one get one half off for like $13 or something. So it came out to $11 out of pocket for both of them. So that was pretty cool.
Nice. Nice.
Um,
What's up, Hunter? Nice to see you. Yeah, there. I think Justin said it the other day, but there's literally within a 50-mile radius of where him and I live, there are 51 GameStops.
it's wild.
Like, it is
Sucks that their website is so useless for like finding stock in an actual store.
right.
Because if you could just actually figure out, that'd be great.
Yeah, and then half the time, depending on the employee and what kind of mood they're in, they'll either honor the online price or they'll just tell you to get bent. And most of the time for me, they just tell me to get bent, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm not buying anything then. So,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Yeah,
that's nice.
does your
though.
GameStop have like the little cards that have the figure photos on them
Yeah,
for
they do.
pre-orders?
Yeah,
That was kind of cool to see. Like it's just weird. It feels like such the hobby feels so online a lot of the time that being able to like walk into a store and see like season 1 Ahsoka, like a photo of a figure, it always feels like, you guys know about these?
right, right. Yeah, I almost wanted to like just like take one just because it's like I saw like the Malik one and like the Bastila, and I was like, oh, this would just kind of be cool to have for like a little Black Series like piece of history,
little
like
relic.
oh, here's the pre-order card.
Yeah, imagine if you had a little pre-order card for like the original Boba Fett release or something. It'd be,
Yeah, exactly. I like stupid stuff like that. Little, I tried for the longest time to get this one GameStop to give me like at the time they had like the Gaming Greats sign,
uh-huh.
and I was like
cool.
badgering them about it, and I was like, come on, like let me take that when you guys pull it down.
Yeah.
And then of course one day I went in there and it was gone, and
Yep. You need to just print out little stickers that say your name and phone number. Just stick it on the back.
All right, just call me when you're ready to throw this away. Let's see. I saw someone. Kobe loved the Batman animated series. Great stuff. Nostalgic. And Stephen P. Couldn't tell you. Do not remember. It's probably something really random from childhood, like a Sin City figure or something like that.
My first like adult action figure was actually a NECA figure. It was the Uncharted
Oh,
one.
yeah, nice.
And I had him hanging from my desk on his little grappling hook.
Yeah, that was a pretty good figure.
It was, yeah. And then I snapped one of the weapons because I was like, oh, this
Well,
might not be a toy.
it's a NECA figure, so if you look at them wrong, they'll just break.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
No hitting high notes around your NECA figures.
Exactly. So here we go. Here's a credit collection Tuscan.
It's funny on camera. I feel like it white balances out and it looks like a normal Tuscan.
Right? Like it doesn't look.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess side by side.
Yeah.
Yeah, side by side, but for like $5.99. Obviously, we shit on the credit collection quite a bit on the channel, but you can't pass that up.
I did. I can.
Well, maybe your willpower's a little bit stronger than mine. Whoa, look, it's a credit. How cool. I'm going to put this in a plastic bag and never look at it ever again.
I got the set of like all metal credits from Disneyland.
Ooh.
Of the New Republic credits, and I gotta say they're fun to toss around. Listen to that.
I like that. See, now they would have me if they were metal. They would have me on these if they were actually metal, but of course
I'll have to pick up a set for you next time I'm at Disneyland.
That'd be fun. I've got the Disneyland Han Solo dice in my car, and I really like how how weighty those are.
I wonder what happened to mine. I had those in my car, and now I just realized, when you realize you haven't seen something in a while.
Yeah, you're like, are they still there?
Yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, you find something like that that just looks fully like if they were on display as like the actual prop from the movie, you'd believe it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'm a sucker when all companies need to do for me is just make stuff out of metal, and then I'm like, oh.
Oh, I just found my my chance cubes from Disney. Oh yeah, and I have the wow. I'm literally digging through my computer desk drawer right now, and I have the Anakin's necklace that he gives Padme.
Nice.
And oh, there's some cool stuff back here.
So, right off the bat, what I'm noticing about the credit collection Tusken Raider here is it doesn't have the stitching. Like, there's a little bit of stitching right here on the Tusken's arm, so it like fits around the arm a lot better and actually makes sense, but they didn't do that on the credit collection one, so it looks like a big dumpy robe. What? Oh, I don't know if I like that. Yeah, here's the credit collection. He's got a pink side of his face. He's a little sandblasted. It's interesting. So the robe's definitely not as good. I don't know why they wouldn't stitch that. Oh, and also no paint on the weapons. We had to put more paint on the figures, so we can't paint the weapons, guys. You got to pick one or the other. That's a little disappointing. Not gonna lie. I am not gonna lie. But I kind of just wanted this, as a different Tusken. Like, oh, it's a different tribe on the other side of Tatooine.
I really wonder if there's like enough collectors that rebuy the same molds to get the credit collection, and that's more than how many of the same figure they would sell if they were just standard.
Yeah, I would be curious about that too.
But I guess because it might be some weird thing where they're like, oh, we got to get a certain number of different SKUs using the same mold in order to like justify, to the higher up. I don't know, who knows how it works. But I'm like, is there something else going on, or is there enough people to really?
Right. Well, yeah, it's hard to say, because I feel like a lot of people do buy like 2 army builders, but then a lot of people also don't, It's like, why do I need 2? Or why do I need 500? But, okay, well, it's a credit collection figure, so it's, it is what it is. I'm not happy about this robe, but it'll look fine on the shelf. Wish the weapons were painted rather than it being a credit collection figure. The Tusken is post-Anakin massacre. Exactly. He survived. He's a survivor. So, yeah, I do have 2 of those. But I don't know. Do I open this one now? Or do I just leave it in the package? I don't know. Maybe I'll skip opening this one.
Oh, your other Tusken?
Yeah. Unpainted weapons. The robe
what we were just talking about.
The robe is somehow worse. Now I'm not... that took the wind out of my sails.
Nate, I found some other cool stuff on my desk that I might be sending you.
Ooh.
Stuff I forgot I had.
I like the sound of that.
but can't keep it forever.
Yeah.
But you can.
Yeah. As you can see, I mean, I literally have a giant background of stuff that I've kept for forever. I've got figures behind me that I've had since I was a little kid. Where is it? Here we go. Here we go.
I'll be back in a second.
All right. I've literally had this clone trooper since I was a child. This episode 3 ARC trooper. I only have one blaster. It's the only blaster that made it. I lost the other one, but I've always held on to this figure. I've always made sure that I've kept it in somewhat decent shape in a protected area so that I can cherish it for forever. Okay, so let's move on the pile of shame. How about a little SH Figure Arts? A little Darth Vader action here. Zooboy, yeah, the robe comes right off, like 2 seconds, and you can. Or is it under? Okay, so here's something weird. It's underneath the sculpt, so actually maybe not. You probably have to pull that out. I'm sure it wouldn't be hard, but I'm personally not going to do that because I do want to keep the robe on, but I'm sure if you just gave it a nice little tug, it would come right out, but it is actually put under the sculpt. Kobe McFarlane Toys has a couple Batman the Animated Series figures, and DC Collectibles has an entire line of Batman the Animated Series figures that goes super, super deep. So I would say if you're looking to have a serious collection of them, check out DC Collectibles. There's a bunch. And I do agree, Credit Collection is almost as bad as Carbonized. At least Credit Collection is from something. As we always say, at least it's from something. Whereas Credit Collection is just made up.
I'm surprised they don't. Sorry, I'm back, by the way. I'm surprised they don't kind of like milk the battle droid mold as much.
Yeah.
And then it's like especially certain things like the super battle droid, where we could have had like 4 different repaints by now.
Right.
It's such an odd choice, but who knows?
Right. No, I'm right there with you. It's to us, it seems like a no-brainer where you're just like, you could literally make 800 different battle droids or super battle droids or droidicas, especially like Battlefront and stuff, and Hasbro's just like, huh?
I mean, who knows? It's like maybe they pitch it and then they get a no from Lucasfilm and they don't get to ask why.
Yeah, that is. I mean, realistically, that's exactly what happens. Yeah. Obviously, like a lot of the Star Wars Hasbro team, they are fans. Like, Eric is definitely one he's one of us. He's always rooting for us, but the suits have a different idea of what the people want.
There's a documentary on YouTube about how Nendoroids are made. Do you know what those figures are?
Yeah, they're like the little chibi style figures.
I just got their SpongeBob one at Comic-Con and it's incredible. And I've had some of their other ones that are really cool because the SpongeBob one just looks like SpongeBob. It doesn't look like an artistic interpretation. But you forget that like so much of the actual jobs of the Hasbro team, other than like maybe the lead designers and such, is like deciding if you're going to use PLA or ABS plastic for each different piece, and then what is the cost of those plastics currently, and like can we afford that, or do we wait, or do we switch vendors, and then just like the distribution, there's so many different levels to it that are all so confusing, or like it's so complex that and all we see is the finished product, as if it's just like a direct pipeline from like designer being like, let's make Fennec Shand, and then she shows up, you know.
Right.
It's like there's so much that goes into it. And
Yeah.
then like just the legal of like, oh, she has to approve this figure, or you know, like, oh, the actor gets to approve this, but then, you know, she's kind of annoyed right now because this other thing happened, so let's wait a couple months before we ask her,
Right.
because maybe we'll be more likely to get a yes. Like, just so much that we don't know.
Yeah, and I wish it was as simple as designer goes, "All right, guys, we're gonna
Yeah.
make this figure today," and then, oh, we made it.
That's the joy of customizing and 3D printing.
Right.
Someone was asking me on the other did the Black Series Cantina, and they were like, or I don't remember where I was asked if I would like want to work for Hasbro, and it's like, I don't know. I kind of get to make whatever I want when I want it.
Right. You work
It's
at
kinda hard to
Hasbro,
beat.
you
You don't.
definitely you gotta answer to someone.
Mm-hmm. And then they have to answer to someone, and then they have to answer to someone.
Yeah, and then they go no, and then the person comes back to you and just goes no. They said no.
Yeah.
That's like if you've ever seen Mr. Show, the change for $1 skit. It's a classic. Just no. All right. This is the Return of the Jedi SH Figure Arts Vader. I picked this one up on Amazon a while ago when it was pretty cheap. It was like $50-something, and I'm always down to pay 50-ish bucks for an SH Figure Arts.
That's awesome.
Yeah. This
figure is
is
really
great.
beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's nice to have a Vader with alternate hands, especially like I can see in the packaging they give you every single different hand for both the left and the right hand. So
I think alternate hands are almost better at conveying different moods than alternate faces.
I like we talked about on last week's stream. If most Jedis just came with
Just
this
one?
hand,
Yeah.
I'd be fine. I'd be like, okay, that's all I need.
I like putting that like an open force hand on like troopers. Like I have my baton scout trooper from Fallen Order with his other hand behind him open like that. It just like adds so much movement.
Yeah, it literally changes the entire dynamic of the figure, and it's something that's so simple and such a tiny little piece of plastic that you really just want to be like, does it really cost that much more?
Much.
Does it really cost that much more? Jeff W., thank you for the $5 super chat. I'm not sure if Justin picked up the P.O. box. He's usually the one that goes to the P.O. box because it's closer to him than it is to me. I'd have to ask him. I saw he was just in the chat, though, and got the Imperial Officer Dark Times for $19.
Oh.
That's a good price. That's a great figure. I really like that one. I like the foldy cape. It's nice. But thank you, Jeff. Appreciate that. And Chris, I think where Piercing Bullet is going to be hooking me up with that Max Rebo Funko Pop. I'm usually not a Funko Pop guy, but for Max Rebo, anything is possible. Yeah, and Risk Llama, he's got the sweet, sweet chain. Yeah, honestly, that really disappoints me about the upcoming Return of the Jedi Vader, that they deleted the chain off of the figure. I think I might try and do like a little cape swap with the Emperor's Wrath Vader, because that one has the chain on it. And Stephen P., I couldn't tell you how durable it is. It feels fine. I mean, feels like a Black Series saber. But that's the thing, to me, SH Figure Arts figures, they're more expensive, they're better detailed, they have better articulation, but they feel more fragile. Like, I'm always very careful with my SH Figure Arts stuff. Nate, did you get Boba's throne room for TVC? I did. Well, I don't have it yet, but I do have it on pre-order.
I had that on pre-order also, and then I canceled it a week or two ago. I was like, what am I going to do with this?
Yeah, it looks huge too. Like I know a lot of people in the UK already have it, and I'm
It's
definitely I'm gonna have to rearrange my entire TVC display to kind of coincide with that. But I have like the wall with Han Solo and Carbonite on it, so I feel like I have to get it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also gonna get the Jabba version because of course I'm going original trilogy for the display. I'm not.
Yeah, we've got
I'm
a
not,
ton of figures for that, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And, you know,
exactly.
you don't have the sail barge, so
Right.
you gotta get.
I wish if I was as into collecting when that was out, like
Yeah.
I wish I would have gotten it because we were collecting. Like I was like, oh man, that's really cool. But at the time, I was like, man, $500, that's insane.
Yeah.
Of course, now that it goes for like $2,000, I'm like,
Hmm.
if I could get one for 1,000, I'd probably do it.
Yeah. Have you seen one in person?
I have not actually.
There's a couple times where I've walked into a toy store and they've got it out, and you're like, whoa.
I think what solidified it for me was when we had Victoria's Cantina on the stream and I could see it in the background and it was like an entire like shelf was
Yeah.
just the sail barge and I was like, "Oh."
Yeah.
Which I feel that's how I'm going to be like when I get the Ghost. It's like, you know, I obviously we saw it with like Chris and the Hasbro team. So I know it's big. I know it's big, but like it's going to be a whole different thing when it's actually in my hands.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you see the Ghost in person? Did you get a chance?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I took a 3D scan of it, and it's going up on my Patreon. No.
1/12 scale?
Yeah. Yeah. No. It's pretty big. I'd say it was as big as I expected it to be. Because I know everyone's like, it's so much, but I also think seeing something in your own home versus on a giant convention floor also recontextualizes the size just a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Hey, we got Will Bond stopping in here. Thanks for the $4.99 super chat. Hey, Nate and Luke. Just got done dropping too much money at Costco and had to drop in and say hello. Costco's brutal. Yeah, I'm a Costco shopper myself, and I feel like I'll be like, okay, I just need to get like 4 things. And then I get 4 things, and it's still $100 somehow.
I got a Costco membership last year, and I went twice in the first month, and my membership just expired. That was all I did.
I mean, Paige and I just kind of leech off of her grandma's Costco membership.
Mm-hmm.
And we
if
go
I
in
had
there.
like a garage or a second fridge or something in my place, but
Yeah, that's the problem too, is like everything's bulk. So you got to like, you get it home and you're like, oh, I don't have space in my fridge for 98 frozen pretzels.
yeah, I did kind of have a realization. I was like, oh, this is how people like feed a family of 5 on like a single income. Okay, now I understand.
Right.
But
Yeah.
also the stuff I did get, I was like, oh, this chicken is not good quality. I wonder if that's why it's so cheap.
Yeah, true. Some of the stuff I'm just like, you know, you get it once and you're like, okay.
You gotta learn.
Yeah.
Learn the but yeah, I just kind of. It's also like the nearest one is like 30 minutes away, and I just never am in the mood to go, and I never really have need for it.
Right.
So I feel like if you're having a party, it's awesome, but I guess I didn't have enough parties.
Yeah. I mean, I like they got a lot of pre-made dinners that you just stick in the oven and call it a day. That's what gets me. Is you know, I have good intentions of like, I'm going to cook dinner tonight.
Yeah.
And then I get home after work and I'm like, I'm not doing any of that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a fan of cooking.
Yeah.
That's valuable figgy time, you know?
Yeah. No, trust me. I can't tell you how often I will have like a figure near me while I'm cooking dinner.
Really?
Like while it's cooking, I'm just like, I'd rather be doing anything else.
Distracting, yeah, just disassociating.
Yeah. And then the chicken's burning and there's a grease fire in my kitchen. And, yeah.
You're like, it's Mustafar.
Yeah. And then I stick the Black Series Anakin in the pan because I don't need it anymore because I have the SH Figure Arts version now. Just moving on up, moving away from crummy Black Series figures. Hunter, thank you for the $5. They say, I know with the Ghost I have a close idea of the scale because the Razor Crest is only slightly smaller. I did see the Razor Crest when we were all at ICC, and that was huge. And that was
The
pretty
Ghost is
big.
also so flat compared to the Razor Crest.
Yeah, true. It's not, doesn't have like the different angles, I guess.
I do have to get going in a minute because all this talk of food, I realized I've like barely eaten today, and it's starting to creep up on me.
Oh yeah,
But
no
thanks
worries.
for letting me stop by.
No worries at all. It's always nice to talk to you, buddy.
Yeah, I'll see you soon.
All right.
All right, bye, Nate.
See ya. All righty. Back to old Nady old boy. Thank you, Hunter, for the super chat. Appreciate that. Andy, should I pre-order the re-release of the Black Series Jabba? I would say you might not necessarily have to pre-order it, but if you don't have Jabba, you should get it. And that's my assessment. Skyrider, I'm not actually going to burn my Anakin Black Series figure. And Jarhead, I was going to acknowledge your question here because I did mention this earlier in the stream that from what I understand from whisperings in the community, they're going to add the international backers at the end of the campaign, and with the backers on our side of the fence and with the international backers, it is completely funded with all tiers already. So, yeah, there's I think it's a done deal. I believe the information that I have. So, yeah, it's going to hit all tiers. I'm confident. Kobe says, Nate, I don't know about you, but I'm thinking about getting import figures where possible and phasing out Black Series versions. I would say that part of me would say that that's a good idea, but at the same time, I firmly believe there are quite a few Black Series figures that I think are better than the SH Figure Arts versions, mainly Count Dooku. Much better Christopher Lee likeness, and I think overall it just looks a lot better than the SH Figure Arts version. And Mace Windu as well. Mace Windu is one that always pops into my head. I feel like the Black Series version looks much more like Sam Jackson than the SH Figure Arts one. I feel like the SH Figure Arts one's kind of similar to Episode 3 Anakin, has like a almost like an animated look to it. But yeah, that's kind of where I fall. It just really depends on how they look. Obviously, SH Figure Arts always has more accessories, better articulation, but I feel like as far as looks go, Black Series has been actually a lot better, in my opinion, when it comes to like a genuine actor likeness. 80s Kid, I'm off classified. I have the last one that I'm going to get is that Walmart exclusive one that has the gas mask, just because it looks like a cool soldier. But I'm off classified. Too many figures. Too many figures. Exactly, Colonel. Exactly. Skyrider, I do not collect the helmets. They are way too big. They're much too large to have an entire collection based around them. I do have the prototype Boba Fett helmet, and I love it. And Justin has the Stormtrooper and the Darth Vader, and they both look amazing, and they're really nicely detailed, but I would rather have figures. I'm much more of a figure person than a role play item person, so yeah, that's where I'm at with it. Let's see. Chris, I bought a Big Lebowski Sideshow Collectibles, and I like it, but yeah, Hot Toys, honestly, so when we went to ICC, we stayed the night at Zach's house, and he has the Hot Toys Darth Vader, and I picked it up, messed around with it a little bit, and I gotta say I was not feeling it. It felt really fragile. It was really lightweight, and for something that's so expensive, I expect like a little bit of heft to it, you know, like a little bit of weight, a little bit of sturdiness, and I didn't really feel that in that Darth Vader figure. So that kind of honestly turned me off even more than I was turned off in the first place, simply because they're too big and I just don't have the space. I would literally have to get rid of a significant portion of the figures I already own to start collecting them. And I'm not going to do that. I'm way too deep. Way too deep. Let's see. Michael, I am 30. I just turned 30 this year. 80s kid, I would absolutely love to see Vizago and Hondo. And Fig, they do look great, but just, you know, like I watched a little bit of G.I. Joe growing up as a kid. Like I had some hand-me-down tapes. I used to watch the movie a lot, the old animated movie. And I honestly don't mind the 2 live-action movies. I'm sure that might be a little blasphemous to some Joe fans, but if I was a little bit more into it, I'd be willing to pay the Mezco price for them. But since they are kind of expensive, I'm just I'm not really gonna hop into that. But they do look great. They do look great. Zoo Boy, am I gonna get the Condiment King Batman animated series Build-A-Figure wave from McFarlane? Probably. Probably. What's up, Darth Riley? Skyrider, it seems to me, but outside of Hot Toys, because the SHF seems to struggle with Hayden Christensen's likeness too. The Episode 3 Anakin does not look like Hayden Christensen. It looks like Anakin, but not Hayden Christensen. So that's kind of I think he might just be like Mark Hamill, where he just has one of those faces where it's just hard for people to get it right. So, yeah, I don't know. I who's to say? Who's to say? MTB Flats, just scrolling through Amazon and saw the TVC sale barge for £4,000. Yeah, no thank you. Exactly, Fig. I got those 2 coming, and I was looking for more of the cheaper Warhammer 40K Joy Toy figures, because the $24.99 price point for the Joy Toy stuff, I can get with. I can get with that. It's the $36, $45, $55, $75 for a 3 3/4 inch scale figure that's got me like, ooh. Yeah, Tom, that figure looks great. That figure looks awesome. And Nixel Plixel. Nixel Plix. Which NECA figures do you have in the pile of shame? I've got a few. You want to see me? How about we open San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Creature from the Black Lagoon, Glow in the Dark edition? You want me to open that for a nice little NECA action here? Oh no, it's an exclusive. How could I open this figure? It's an exclusive. Oh, the humanity. Oh. Nice. I love the Creature from the Black Lagoon. It's my favorite Universal monster, and I also love glow-in-the-dark figures. So this is a 2-for-1 special for me. I am going to get the regular Creature from the Black Lagoon and the black and white one as well, because you can never have too many creatures. I have the Jadis toy version as well. Oh yeah. Love it. So good. Double jointed knees, double jointed elbows. Some pretty good articulation on this guy. Nice. No accessories, of course. Good head articulation, too, from NECA. He's got a double neck peg. It's nice to see NECA embracing a little bit more articulation these days. Ooh. Oh, yeah. I like it. Mr. Jetster, I like Dragon Ball. I like it. I've got a couple SH Figure Arts figures. I've got Goku, Trunks, and Vegeta. And I have this Saiyan Armor Trunks on pre-order as well. Trunks is my favorite. I've always been a Trunks guy. Yeah, we're going to be here a while. So here we go. That is the fourth figure. And also those interested in my recent pickups, I got one. And it's Kix from Vale's Toy Store. Looks great. Love the way this turned out. Vale's Toy Store doing the Lord's work here. But yeah, I also wasn't expecting Luke to join. He kind of messaged me last minute and asked if I would have him on. So I'm always down. Always down to have Luke on. So kind of derailed the pile of shame viewing. And Jarhead, I hope he does. I would love to have a Victor Zaz. And yeah, 80s kid, I'm a pretty big fan of the Next Generation. You know, pretty basic entry level Star Trek fan. But it's something nostalgic to me. I used to watch it with my dad a lot growing up. And I do like the movies, even though they're a little bit more action-oriented. I agree, Zoo Boy. I don't have the Invisible Man that they've already put out because I want the smoking jacket version. The other costume just doesn't really do too much for me. Yeah, Skyrider, if you would like to send us something, send it to our P.O. box, which is listed right here, and I would appreciate it. I like that. Thank you. Ooh, Sean Dixon got a Red Sonja figure and grabbed Vampirella from my local comic shop. Super figures. I'd like to get that Red Sonja for sure. She looks awesome. All right, let's open something else. We could do another Neki. Some more Universal Monster action, perhaps? The Phantom of the Opera. Ooh, very nice. Love Phantom. And NECA's really just been killing it with the Universal Monster stuff. Like, some of the best head sculpts and details and accessories that we've seen in quite some time. So pop this bad boy open. We got the soft goods cape on the back here, or the cloak, I should say, really. Oh yeah. This is really nicely detailed. That looks so good. Just like Lon Chaney. See you later, Infernal. Nice Zoo Boy. Yep, I do have the bride with me today too. She was also going to be included in this opening extravaganza. So I'll probably open her next. But I do also have some other stuff. Do you guys want to see what else is in my pile of shame? So, I've got this McFarlane Caveman Batman. I've got the animated Spidey. I've got the Mafex Scarlet Spider. I do also have the SH Figuarts Kong. And Marvel Select Apocalypse. Got the Crooked Man from NECA. And I've got the Bride from NECA as well. And I've got a few other things. They're just kind of out of reach. I bought it. That's how I got it, 80s Kid. I pre-ordered it and they shipped it to me. I've been sitting on it for a while, so I didn't just recently get it. I've had it since it came out. Yeah. My pile of shame is ridiculous, and that's why I thought with Justin being gone, it would be a good opportunity for me to finally open this stuff up. You know, chat with you guys. All that good stuff. Ooh. So here's the Phantom out of the packaging. Really nicely detailed here. Awesome. I also want to point out, this entire stream I have not lagged one time. So I'm convinced that it's Justin's internet connection that makes me lag. And that's my current conspiracy theory. Not Obi-Wan. You know, sometimes I wonder that myself. No, but I do have a pretty decent paying job, and of course also doing the YouTube channel helps out as well. And like I said, I literally just had a roommate move out, and now I have an entire extra bedroom for more figures. No. Silence, Psycho. Silence, Luke. It's Justin. I'm blaming it on Justin. You guys got to be on my side here. You guys got to be on my side. So, yeah. Now, here's the real question. Which head do I go with for Phantom? So many different options. I'm kind of feeling the unmasked shouting head. You know, like when he gets the mask peeled off and it's finally revealed. I think that might be a good one. Pop that head on. Kind of like a... Oh, yeah. Wait. Come on. You just had a good focus. Well, anyways. Yeah, this is spot on. Great looking figure. Get that soft goods out as well. Thank you. See, I appreciate everyone. Appreciate everyone. Being on my side is the right idea. Ooh, does this have... It is wired. Nice. I did not know that was going to be wired. Okay, looks like I got to pop the head off again to put the cloak on. There we go. The cloak's got a little bit of wiring to it. It's kind of flimsy though. Oh, and there went the head. All right. Get on there. All right. There we go. It's a little bit... Now it's on there good. Kind of sits a little strange. I might have to fiddle around with it, but oh yeah. So he's kind of got like this weird like hump in the stitching on the side here. That's one figure. Another figure down. Always blame the guy who's not here to defend himself. Exactly. Exactly. That's what I do best. Psycho, I do have the 89 Batman figure, and it is fantastic. I love it. I love it to death. It's very good stuff. What's up, Commander Cook? Okay. So, gonna have to do massive cleanup after this stream. See you, Bendu. Appreciate it. I'm sure it'll be back, Andy. I'm sure it'll be back. Yep, Llama, I got the playlist. I got the playlist. Haven't checked any of it out, though, I'll be honest with you. I have not. All right. What do you guys want to see next? What do you want to see next? I'm still working through it, Commander, because we were joined by Landspeeder Luke for a little while. So I opened up an archive Tuscan, an archive 501st, credit collection Tuscan, the NECA glow-in-the-dark creature from the Black Lagoon, the SH Figuarts Return of the Jedi Darth Vader, and then I just opened the Phantom of the Opera from NECA. Let's see. Let's see. All right, we'll go Bride, and then we'll go select Apocalypse. All right. So we got the Bride here. Bride of Frankenstein. Great film. Love the Universal monsters. Growing up, they were some of my favorite movies to watch, and they are still some of my favorite movies to watch to this day. And I was very excited when NECA got the license, because I knew they were going to do such a great job with these figures. And like I said earlier in the stream, I think that these are some of the best figures that they've done in the entire line. Okay. Here she is. The Bride. This is different packaging here. Okay. Gotta get my trusty scissors. Zooboy, I have them on Blu-ray. I have not upgraded to 4K for them, just because those sets are a little too expensive. And yeah, Fig, I do like them. I have a couple. I have Michelangelo as the Mummy and Raphael as Frankenstein. I want to get Casey Jones as the Phantom, and I think I'll probably end up getting Leonardo. What was he, the Creature? Yeah, I think he's the Creature from the Black Lagoon. Why is this not coming off? That's what I want to know. I guess I might... Oh, I see. I see. Freaking little hidden NECA things here. Okay. All right. And there go all the accessories. Get her big hairdo out of here. The pile of shame is no more. Okay. Ooh, wow. Huge soft goods piece here with some stitching in the back. Nice. Yeah, she looks great. Look at that head sculpt. Looks identical to the actress. She's got her, wrapped up look there. You can take the dress off and do like the earlier look in her figure, or in the movie when she's just all wrapped up. They give you the alternate head for that, but I mean, come on. We're displaying Bride in the classic gown because that's what you got to do. Yeah, that's crazy. That is pretty crazy. Nice soft goods here. I'll probably leave the neutral head on the Bride. I kind of dig the neutral look. So we got 2 Universal monsters to add to the shelf today. Very nice. Yeah, I love Bride. Bride of Frankenstein's a great movie. Good stuff. All right, so we shall move on. Mr. Fig, upon your request, we have the Marvel Select Apocalypse, which is just a great looking figure. I'm the type of person that mixes in Marvel Select with my Marvel Legends, especially when it comes to characters that are supposed to be longer. Or bigger. Like, for me, on my Spider-Man display, I personally use the Marvel Select Venom as opposed to the Marvel Legends Venom. And so I missed out on the old Apocalypse because I believe to get this version, which is my ideal color scheme for Apocalypse, which is the blue and the silver, I believe this was a Build-A-Figure, and I did not build that wave. And then they re-released it as a non-Build-A-Figure, but they gave it more of like a purpley, like colorful, cartoony look, and I just didn't really care for that. So when I saw Select was doing this, I was like, okay, looks like I'm getting the Select version. And as you can see, you get 2-fisted hands, you get the drill, you get the claw, and you get the mace there. So plenty of different weapon options for Apocalypse. Ooh, yeah, and he's got some heft to him. Throw that in the distance. Might not be as well articulated, but like I said, I really don't pose my figures on the shelf because I have so many. Most of them end up... Okay, this joint's a little locked up, so I got to be careful here. Yeah, I'm not going to twist that. Definitely going to need a little bit of hot water on this bad boy, but oh yeah, that looks badass. Plug his hoses in as well. The hoses aren't really all that flexible, but there we go. Looks great. This is a solid figure here. Almost murder weapon status. Almost murder weapon. Not quite, though. Yeah, select packaging. It is a pain. It is a pain. But my favorite part about select packaging is that it goes right in the garbage. I throw it away easy, you know? So, oh yeah, this is going to look great with the rest of the X-Men. Just a nice, bulky Apocalypse. I don't have a Marvel Legends figure near me at the moment, but there he is up next to the 501st, so you can see quite the size difference between the two. I agree, not Obi-Wan. I really am rooting for them to reuse the Malgus body, give us a little slight retool, and give us Ravis. I think that would be awesome. And of course, the Ninth Sister would be incredible. I suppose he could be a little bit wider, but I don't know. I think, especially compared to Marvel Legends, he's going to look massive. So, that's awesome. Been sitting on that figure for literally months. Literally months. Okay. How about we can open up the animated Spider-Man, and then we can do an actual Marvel Legends comparison here. The pile of shame is dwindling. Crack this bad boy open. There is animated Spidey. Get a couple of web effects here. And of course, with this being based on the cartoon, he does have like a little bit of like the cell shading look to him, but still is a great looking figure. This is on that Amazing Fantasy 15 body, so it's not the Renew Your Vows body, but it still is pinless, double jointed, which is always great. And then yeah, if you oh yeah. So there you go. There's a pretty good look at a comparison of a Marvel Legend to the Marvel Select Apocalypse. Literally comes up to his waist. Sky, I think you misunderstand what pile of shame means. It's just simply a term for all of my figures that I've been neglecting and keeping in packaging that I'm just opening. Spider-Man is not shame. Okay. Yeah, I do also have one I'm going to keep on card. It's already up on the wall. But I bought an extra because I wanted to open this for the Spider-Verse display. So I thought it would make a fine addition to that shelf, which it will. Oh yeah, this is good. I really like what Marvel Legends has been doing with Spider-Man figures recently. I feel like they've just been on fire with all of these figures. Just doing such a great job with the articulation too. Stephen P. is asking, what do I think about the Hyperreal line? I have Vader, and I absolutely love him. Do you have any of them, and how do you feel if they were to make more characters? I have Vader. He's right there. Right. Wait. Right there. That's the Hyperreal Vader right there. They're okay. Too expensive, and the scale is dumb. And on top of that, they should have done cloth, especially for Bespin Luke. If the Bespin Luke would have been cloth, like a cloth outfit, I probably would have been more interested. But the rubber clothes, ooh, no, no. I mean, I'm not exactly sure. Not Obi-Wan. I'm just kind of spitballing since it is a larger figure, and they also gave Malgus a trigger finger hand, which, you know, kind of has the wheels turning a little bit. Like, clearly they must have something else in mind that they're gonna reuse the Malgus body for. Otherwise, you know, why would he have a trigger finger hand? Yeah, Sean, I'm hoping to get that Black Widow figure. It already came and went from my Target, though, and it's not available online, so sounds like I missed out on it, but oh well. I'm not super serious about Marvel Legends collecting, so while I want it, you know, I'm not too upset that I missed out on it either. Yeah, Savage could work, potentially, but again, I don't know why you'd give Savage a trigger finger hand. Ravis is from Jedi Survivor, Llama. Jedi Survivor. You should play it. You should be playing that game. Or if you don't want to play it, watch the cutscenes. I would love to see it, John, but I just don't see them doing a Dirge figure. Unfortunately, while Dirge is not an obscure figure to someone like you and I, to 90% of casual Star Wars collectors, they have no idea who Dirge is. So I feel like Dirge would just be just a little too obscure. But I would love to see a Dirge figure. All right, so there was Spider-Man. Now, I do also have another Spider-Man. Ooh. The Mafex. Ben Reilly Spider-Man. The classic costume with the hood. Love a good Mafex figure. Mafex has also been killing it. I never really got a whole lot of Mafex figures in the past, just because the first one I ever got was the First Order Stormtrooper, and I honestly think that figure kind of sucks. It's, you know, it falls apart, and it's. I would disagree with you, Sean. Malgus is from a video game, a popular MMO, and is a Sith Lord. Whereas Dirge is a bounty hunter that was featured in comic books and the 2D Tartakovsky Clone Wars series, and that's it. So, I disagree, but I respect your opinion. Yeah, so, of course, Mafex always killing it with how many webs you get, but I really do feel like Mafex has improved their quality a lot. Just like what I was saying, the First Order Stormtrooper falls apart all the time. It was really loose when I got it, so I was kind of turned off from Mafex figures for a while. But what changed my mind was that Hush Batman. I picked that up and I was like, oh, this is amazing. So then after that, I got the Nightwing. I got Huntress. I'm hoping I have Bane on pre-order. I have Nightfall Batman on pre-order. I'm definitely going to get that Scarecrow. I think it's honestly turning me away from McFarlane, at least as you know, for DC stuff. So yeah, we got nice tight joints on old Benny Pooh here. The classic import plastic around the figure. Take that off. Take this off. I don't know about you guys, but when I get all this plastic, I just kind of end up ripping it off. I don't know if I'm supposed to do that or not, but that's just what I do. Pull it off. Kind of like a barbarian here, but oh, oh, this is so nice. Love this Ben Reilly costume. Yeah, check that out. Super nice. Yeah, Jeremy, I definitely am interested in Poison Ivy as well. For sure. Really, Cody, I kind of thought it was funny because, I mean, let's be honest, Ben is kind of an edgelord, and I like that they kind of made him a dark and brooding edgelord. I thought it was funny. And it was all in good fun, I'm sure. So yeah, definitely, without a doubt, we're going big eyes on this. We're going big eyes on Ben here. For me, the larger the Spider-Man eyes, the more I like the figure. Oh god, the neck joint's making this a little difficult. Okay, there we go. Get them all posed up real quick. Look at those giant eyes. It's awesome. And of course we get tons of different hands. And they do include magnetic feet as well. So that's really cool. Yeah, check out all those hands. Perfect. Let's see here. Oop. If I knew which hands go on which hand, that would be helpful. There we go. Quick web shooting hand. Get some thwip action going here. And my other favorite kind of Spider-Man hand. The splayed out hand. And I'm really liking how stiff the joints are too. Yeah. This is gonna look great on the shelf. Gonna look awesome. Not that I'm surprised. The Mafex Spider-Man figures have always looked so good. I just never pulled the trigger on any of them because it's all figures that I already had the Marvel Legends version of. But I never got the Marvel Legends version of this Ben Reilly. It always eluded me. So when I saw Mafex was doing a version and it looked this good, I was all over it. So that's another big fat W from Mafex. Looking good. And of course it comes with a stand as well. Wow, we're already at 2 hours here. Time flies when you're having fun, am I right? Okay. Yeah, the vest is a fabric piece, Psycho. Which I feel like, well, Mafex does like cloth capes, but yeah, it's fabric. You can put the hood up, and the hood does have a wire in it as well, so you can pose that around. But yeah, really great job on this figure. Love me some Mafex. I don't mind the small spider logo, like the animated version with the real tiny spider. I don't mind it. I'm a fan. Excuse me. A little burp there. Yeah, magnetic wall crawling hands. Awesome. Stephen P. I was a little disappointed in Evil Dead Rise. I thought it was just all right. Could have been a lot better. I still think the remake was better in almost every single way. What? Where's Hybrid's comment here? Ooh, Hybrid says, "Hey, not to plug too hard. Don't worry about it, Hybrid. You're always allowed to plug here. But in an hour and a half on the Creators Guild, I have intel on one of the next Veil's KO clones if you want to watch. Nice. I'll have to put that on. I've got some errands and some chores to do, but I'll probably just listen in. But that sounds fun. Everyone should check out the Creators Guild as well." Exactly, Hunter. Joe P got Bastila and 3 clones from AliExpress. Very nice. Fig's asking, is the 90s cartoon your peak Spidey storyline, or do you have a peak storyline? You know, honestly, this might hurt some people, but I tried to go back and watch the Spider-Man animated series, and I kind of think it's a little awful. So, personally, I'm going to leave it as like fond memories of watching it as a kid and loving it as a kid. But, you know, something like I still feel like Batman the Animated Series I can watch and I still really enjoy it. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2003, 2004 series, I, really enjoy it. And I still think it holds up. But for whatever reason, I feel like the Spider-Man 90s cartoon was just... I don't know. Something about it. I don't think it's very good. It doesn't really hold up. 90s X-Men I still think holds up quite a bit. But as far as Spider-Man goes, I'm just going to keep it as a nice piece of nostalgia for me. Remember it fondly from my childhood memories. I do like that they like Blade is in the series, Daredevil's in the series, Punisher's in the series. So I will say I'll always have it. I'll always have that like respect, because that's how I kind of found out about all of those characters, was from the 90s Spider-Man series. But yeah, it doesn't hold up by today's standards. Yeah. Peter is a hunk. He's a mega hunk. Honestly, no. I mean, it's one of those things. I'll give it a shot, but it kind of just comes across a little bit cash grabby to me, you know? Just like all these years later, now they're doing another X-Men show, and it's called X-Men 97, and they have all the classic costumes, designs. It's just, I feel like it looks like it's going to rely a little too much on nostalgia, and I kind of hate when movies and TV shows and stuff, like their entire basis is, hey, remember this? Like the example we always use, and I think we even still have the review up on the channel, is for Ready Player One, where I feel like that movie, I'm not talking about the book, so before you start typing your book comments, the movie itself is literally just 2 hours of, hey, remember this? Remember Chucky? Remember Gundam? Remember Godzilla? Remember video games? And it's just like, okay, is there actually going to be any sort of like substance, or is it just going to be, you remember that from your childhood? You remember that from your childhood? What about that? What about that? I hate when movies and TV shows do that, and that's what has me worried about X-Men 97. So yeah. I'll still give it a shot, though. I will watch the first episode. And I do have that Wolverine on pre-order just because it is exactly like the animated series Wolverine, and I've always missed out on that figure as well. And so I am going to pick that one up because I need it for the X-Men display. And Steven, Hollywood is not out of inspiration. There's still plenty of great original movies. You just got to look a little bit harder these days. But there's a lot of great movies still coming out every single day. Okay. I almost don't want to say it. But hear me out. The Deadpool movies are bad. 1 and 2, not good. The first Deadpool movie, I'll tolerate it. But Deadpool 2, garbage. Yeah, I'm not excited for Deadpool 3. I do really like Deadpool comic books, and I was a comic book fan of Deadpool. But I just feel like the movies are a little obnoxious. I mean, Deadpool is an obnoxious character for sure, but I feel like the movies just took it to like a different level. And yeah, Deadpool 3 is probably going to be a train wreck. And the fan base of Deadpool 2 is annoying. I will say that. Very annoying fan base. And I say this because I worked at a movie theater when Deadpool 1 and 2 came out. So I got to experience the full brunt of the obnoxious haha chimichanga Deadpool fan. And those movies were also very busy. And so I associate a lot of that with like having to work really hard, getting annoyed, hearing the same songs and the same end credit music. And so interacting with the fans as well of Deadpool just kind of completely turned me off. So I like the comic book version of Deadpool, but the movies I could go without. Ivan says, I feel like Deadpool is only good on the first watch for both of them. Yeah. I saw the first Deadpool movie in theaters, and I liked it. And then I bought it on Blu-ray when it came out, and I watched it again at home, and I was like, oh. Promptly got rid of the Blu-ray and sold it. So that's actually kind of crazy that you guys are, so many people are agreeing with me on the Deadpool opinion. I feel like I've always had to keep that opinion to myself because so many people are such huge fans of it. But yeah, it's just not for me. It's not for me. Yeah, Sonic does have a weird fan base. And I like Sonic. I've never seen the movies, but I grew up playing the video games. I actually grew up as a Sega kid as opposed to a Nintendo kid. So a lot of my nostalgia for like video games and stuff is Sega related. But yeah, the fan base is not good. And Daniel, you're right. It's edgelord cringe humor. Literally, haha, chimichanga. Haha, bad word. Haha, violence. You know. It's really just like low-hanging fruit humor, which I think can work. I certainly am not above laughing at a poop or a fart joke, but it's all about how it's executed, you know? I agree, 007. And also agree, Deathstroke is a much better character. Zavi says, Nate, I was going to say, so many Scarlet Mayfex figures have been breaking. As soon as I get my Black Suit Spidey out, the arm breaks. The irony. Yeah, I don't know. He feels, I mean, the joints are really tight, like creaky tight, but I'm always, just with any figure I spend a lot of money on, I'm always just so careful with them. And if the arm or anything is giving me any resistance, I just stop. I stop right there. But I have heard of Mafex figures breaking quite a bit. So, but yeah, all right. Do I really want to open anything else? I have such a massive pile of garbage now. The cleanup from this stream is going to be ridiculous. So many destroyed packaging. I'm an inbox collector's worst nightmare. Right leg is the one that pops off even with some little force. Yeah, the right leg is really tight. It's definitely tight. Yep, I'm just gonna, you know, probably pick a little pose for old Ben here and put him on the shelf and never worry about moving him around ever again after that. And I do agree with you, Ivan. I think Deadpool can absolutely work as a character. It's just one of those things where the movies do a bad job of portraying that. Zoo Boy. The funniest part of Deadpool was when Colossus said he was going to take him to Professor X, and Deadpool said McAvoy or Stewart. See, like, stuff like that is fun. I like when they can, you know, poke a little fun and do some stuff like that, but still, it's just like one movie or one joke for in a 2-hour movie that lands. Yeah. Lazy Jawa says favorite top 3 Black Series figures right now. Malgus, Malik, and my Black Series figures are this way, so that's why I'm looking over there. What's something recent I really have been enjoying? Oh, Old Master Mall. What am I thinking? I know they're all 3 brand new, but yeah, Malik, Malgus, Old Master Mall. Incredible figures that are all fresh in my mind, so I love them. Is the MCU dead? Yes. But the MCU's been dead since Civil War. So, I am also that kind of person where I got burnt out on the Marvel movies way before. You know, a lot of people say, like, Endgame is the end of the MCU, but I was burnt out by Civil War. I thought Civil War was exhausting to watch, especially because they butchered the comic book line. I did like She-Hulk, though. She-Hulk wasn't bad. I know a lot of people like this guy right here. Woke! You know, say, oh, the MCU, even though there's been prominent female superhero characters in comic books since the 70s, the 60s, and they deserve to have movies too. Yeah, my favorite part about She-Hulk was that they absolutely predicted the reaction to the series, and then the people that were having that reaction kept going with it. And it's like, you realize the show is making fun of you, and you're playing into that. So I kind of thought it was genius that they predicted the backlash that the show was going to face, and then the backlash still happened anyway. I was I was like, damn, they nailed them. They got them good with that one. But here's the thing, Jarhead. She-Hulk was fourth wall breaking before Deadpool was even a character. She-Hulk's always been a fourth wall breaking character in the comic books. So to me, like, yes, on the outside looking in, it's like, oh yeah, it's just like Deadpool breaking the fourth wall. But in reality, it's the other way around. And more characters than just Deadpool can break the fourth wall. That's not something that should just be exclusive to Deadpool. Yeah. And see, you know what's funny is I thought what they did with Daredevil was a little not so good. They kind of turned him into like a little bit of a Chad, like a ladies' man kind of player angle, and that's not really Daredevil to me. I felt like they should have tried to keep him more in line with the Netflix version of the character, but clearly that's not what they're going to do, and that's why I am legitimately worried about Daredevil Born Again, because I feel like they are just going to MCU-ify the character, and it's not going to be very good, in my opinion. But yeah. And see, like, that was so, the twerking She-Hulk was so blown out of proportion. Like, it was an after credit scene. It wasn't even a part of the series. It was just a fun little, oh, here's Megan the Stallion. Like, totally harmless. And I feel like, not saying you in particular, Sal, but people like blew that way out of proportion, and it wasn't even anything like related or integral to the show. Just a funny little scene that they made. So yeah. And no, I didn't watch Secret Invasion. I don't really watch the MCU shows. I watched Falcon and Winter Soldier, and I thought it was fine. It was decent. I watched a little bit of Loki, and I thought it was garbage. And what were some of the other shows? I can't even remember off the top of my head. But that's the thing, though, is I feel like for me, I started reading a lot of comic books very seriously when I was like an early teenager, and I really got into these characters, and the shows just don't do the source material justice. So it's one of those things where I'm just like, I don't want to watch it because I know it's not going to be anything like the actual comic book. I literally just said I watched Falcon and Winter Soldier, Jarhead. And I tried to watch Loki, and I thought Loki was bad. And I can't think of any of the other MCU shows. Oh, I didn't watch Hawkeye. Did not watch Hawkeye. Man, I've got to look up a list now. Oh, God. I forgot about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Never watched that. Where's the Disney Plus shows? Oh, I did watch WandaVision. I liked WandaVision. Falcon and Winter Soldier was good, like I said. Didn't like Loki. I watched some episodes of What If, and I enjoyed the ones I watched. Didn't watch Hawkeye. I was disappointed in Moon Knight. Did not watch Miss Marvel. And I did watch She-Hulk. So, there you go. Moon Knight was... I'm a huge Moon Knight comic book fan. And again, kind of butchered the character. And I love Oscar Isaac. I was so excited for Moon Knight. And I couldn't believe that we were actually getting a Moon Knight TV series. But then it was just mid. It was so mid. And there's so much great stuff. So much great Moon Knight source material. And they just picked out very small little bits and pieces of it. And yeah, it's just one of those things where I would just rather I'd rather just read comic books. It's that's kind of where I'm at when it comes to superhero shows, movies, that sort of thing. I'd rather just read the comic books. But yeah, so there you go. There's my hot MCU take for you guys. She-Hulk good, Loki bad, Moon Knight almost bad, WandaVision good, Falcon and Winter Soldier all right. But yeah. So yeah, I would just definitely recommend, if Zoo Boy, check out some Moon Knight comics. The most recent run is really good by Jed McKay. The Jeff Lemire run is incredible. Don't read the Brian Michael Bendis Moon Knight. It's just not good. Yeah, I'm sorry, Psycho. I'm not a Loki fan. I'll admit it. I'm not a Loki fan to begin with. But I gave the show a shot. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I did not watch The Flash. I will watch The Flash at some point when I can watch it for free. So probably when it comes on Max, I'll watch it. But otherwise, me. Yeah, I would generally agree with you, Fig. The Netflix Punisher show, I felt Punisher was amazing in Daredevil season 2. Like the episodes with Punisher were incredible. And I love the dynamic between Punisher and Daredevil. But then the actual series itself was just kind of cringe. I didn't even watch season 2 because I thought season 1 was not very good. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be on Max soon enough. I'm sure it will, but I can wait. I can definitely wait. And obviously, yeah, of course, Llama, I could do that too, but I'm just going to wait. I'm not in a rush to see it. I'm really not. I'm really not in a rush to see it. Agreed. I think honestly, Punisher Warzone is probably my favorite Punisher live action thing that we've got. And that movie's ridiculous and not very good, but I feel like it captured the essence of the comic book the best. Still not great, but yeah, I think Warzone is probably the best Punisher thing that we've got as like a complete package. I like the Dolph Lundgren movie as like a cheesy, obviously it came out in 1990, but I'll call it a late 80s action movie. And the Thomas Jane one I just felt wasn't very good. I didn't like what they did with the Punisher. I will not be watching the Marvels. I will not be watching that. Yeah, and I do, the Thomas Jane one is pretty nostalgic for me, but it just doesn't have the violence. I think that's really a key component missing from the Thomas Jane one, is there's just not a whole lot of violence. Even in the R-rated cut, there's really just not a whole lot of violence. Whereas Punisher Warzone, the first 5 minutes of the movie, the Punishers cut someone's head off, shot a bunch of mobsters. There's blood spraying everywhere. It's awesome. I can see what you mean by that, not Obi-Wan, but that's why I tend to ignore a lot of social media like that. Just because, it's kind of one of those things where social media is definitely given, and I guess you could look at our channel like that too. It's given everyone like a my opinion is important kind of ego, or where they think like this is the correct thing that you should think. And if you don't think that, then you're dumb. And I ignore all that stuff. Yeah, I didn't see Miss Marvel. I didn't see Captain Marvel. Did not bother to check those movies out. Like I said, after Civil War, that's when I started being hit or miss on Marvel movies. So after Civil War, there's a lot of Marvel movies that I have not seen. And I also agree with you, Psycho. Everyone's opinion is valid. And, I spent a lot of my life as an edgy teenager being a gatekeeper, being an elitist, and it's just draining. Like, it gets so exhausting trying to be that person that's like, this is how it is, and if you don't agree, then you're not allowed to be in here with us. Yeah, Ivan. That's a great scene. He literally, the Punisher punches someone in the head and their head just explodes. It's incredible. And no, I didn't. I did not see that. Whichever 1313 boy this might be. But so the first Indiana Jones movie I saw was Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Bad place to start. But then I watched Raiders of the Lost Ark, and I liked it. I thought Raiders was good, but I just felt I felt nothing in terms of like wanting to, like, oh boy, I can't wait to see Temple of Doom and Last Crusade. It's Jacob. Yeah, I'm just not that big of an Indiana Jones guy, so I'm glad you liked it, Jacob, but I'll never check it out. I'll just be honest. Yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming, that's a classic. Classic OOTB review. Really, all the I thought Tom Holland is a good-looking Spider-Man. He looks the character. He acts the part for the most part. When he was in Civil War, I was like, damn, this is a good version of Spider-Man. But Homecoming, oof. Far From Home, puke. No Way Home, fine. It was a fine movie, but really I only liked it because Toby. It is 3:30 here, Cody. Yeah. I don't like what they did with Spider-Man. They made him a little weak punk. When in Civil War, you're telling me he's going toe to toe with Falcon and Winter Soldier and Cap, and then he's getting bested by Michael Keaton in a mechanic suit. It just doesn't add up. It doesn't add up in my mind. And Jake Gyllenhaal was fine. I love Jake Gyllenhaal for the most part, but I thought he was kind of miscast as Mysterio. Right. But here's the thing, though, I think Justin has even more spicier MCU and superhero and comic book movie takes than I do. He really goes hard on superhero movies. Okay, but going toe-to-toe with Winter Soldier and Captain America, that is a big deal. And yeah, John, you hit the nail on the head. I also really don't like how the MCU version of Spider-Man never really truly had the great power, great responsibility moment that is a core, fundamental aspect of the character. And every time he gets into one of those situations, particularly in Homecoming, Iron Man's just there to bail him out. And I'm just like, come on. Like, he's got to learn the core lessons of Spider-Man. Jacob, I know you just joined. But Moon Knight was not good. Moon Knight was not good. Like I recommended earlier, check out the Jeff Lemire Moon Knight comic book. Check out the current run by Jed McKay, and you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll see. And I love Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler's a fantastic movie. Do I like the comics coming out of... I don't know what that means. Yeah, but Seth, that's the third movie. Spider-Man should have already had that lesson. Why did it take 3 movies? And Cody, I'd probably agree with you. If there was no cameos in No Way Home, I probably wouldn't like it at all. I wanted to love it. I wanted to like it. I wanted to love it. I love Oscar Isaac. I think I would love to see him get another shot. Maybe in a movie, maybe in a season 2, but I felt like the show really fell flat. And just the CGI, everything like that. It's like stuff like that. I'm just like, I would rather it be animated, or I would rather just read the comic book. Jeez. And old Creature from the Black Lagoon took a tumble here. But yeah. I know they've said that, Seth, but again, it's one of those things where why? Why did it take so long? The whole trilogy as his origin, it's just meandering. His origin isn't something that needs to be expanded through 3 movies. His origin can be handled in the first act of one film, as they've done, which, you know, Tobey Maguire's version, great. I even think Amazing Spider-Man 1 has some pretty solid moments. And even, again, the Uncle Ben moment in Amazing Spider-Man. It's not something I feel like needs to be expanded through 3 movies. 3 2.5-hour long movies. It's just not enough there for me. Sean, I do agree. Kick-Ass is great. I do like the Kick-Ass comic books, and I like the Kick-Ass movies. I've not read All-Star Superman, but I have heard it's a great one. I have heard it was a good one. Independent comic books, crowdfunded. Yeah. I would say I don't really venture into stuff that's not like really IP based. I know that probably sounds disappointing, but if it's not already like an established character, I'm probably not going to go out of my way at this point in my life to get into it, unless I really like hear some good buzz about it. I've never read Wanted. I've always wanted to check it out, but seen the movie, but never read the comic. And yeah, Kick-Ass is playing Kraven. And he also played Quicksilver, too. Same actor. I haven't seen the movie in a while, Ivan, but I remember liking Kick-Ass, too. I thought it was kind of crazy that like Jim Carrey was in it, which I thought was kind of awesome. And yes, Kraven will be the next Morbius. Zooboy's asking, have I read the Walking Dead comic books? I know Justin has. I haven't finished them, but I've read the first 2 compendiums, and they are fantastic. They're absolutely incredible. Makes the show even worse when you read the comic books, like the Walking Dead comic books and the show. It's just like night and day difference. The comics are so good, so dark, so disturbing, and the show is just so watered down, melodramatic soccer mom soap opera garbage. Besides the first season. The first season of The Walking Dead is good, and that's it. Ever since Spider-Verse, I've always preferred Gwen and Miles, but I've never read any of the comics, and I've only watched a little bit of the animated series. Yeah, I would love it if they gave Miles or Gwen more of a shot in live action. You know, we've seen Peter so many times. It does get exhausting when you're just like, oh, it's Peter Parker again. Miles is awesome. The original Brian Michael Bendis run, I really like of Miles. That was one of those comics. That was one of the first comics I got into when I really got into reading a lot of comic books, and I liked that one a lot. The second season is bad, though, because they're on the farm for way too long. It has zero rewatchability once you realize they spend the first half of the season strictly trying to find Carol's daughter. And so when that twist is revealed to you, it has no rewatchability. None at all. Which kills me, because all that suspense, all that build up for nothing. When the farm in the comic book was like, what? A few issues? Maybe? It's one of those things where, like, the farm is such a small part of the comic book. There was no reason they had to expand it into an entire season, other than they had fired the original showrunner and were creatively bankrupt and had no idea what to do, so they stretched that entire scenario out and just made up a bunch of garbage. Yeah, and how about that new Daryl Dixon show? That looks like the biggest pile of garbage. Like, I saw a preview for it at the movie theater, and I thought it was fake. Like, I was like, this isn't real. There's no way this is a real thing. But it is. Oh, but it is. But yeah. I never watched 5 and 6. I tapped out of Walking Dead, the show, after season 3. I was done after season 3. That was brutal. What's up, LGP? Welcome back, 80s kid. Yeah, Jarhead. Daryl goes to Europe. Somehow he just takes a boat? I really have no idea. Yeah, I Am All the Sith. There is a banger coming. As soon as Justin edits it, I don't know when he's planning on releasing it, but we do have a banger filmed and ready to go. Ivan, I would say the longest comic or manga I've ever read is Berserk. It's probably the longest thing I've ever committed to, and actually made it, you know, all the way through. I am not. I think the dude is all I need. The dude is all I need. All right, I'll give you a banger hint. Yeah, as soon as Justin spoils the new banger video, right? Screen share the channel. That was funny. So I'll give you a banger hint, and then I'm gonna head out here. I got a lot to clean up, and I got some errands and other stuff to do today. But I do appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Almost a 3-hour stream here of me just BSing with you guys, which it was a lot of fun. I'm glad we could have a conversation about a ton of stuff, and not just Star Wars. Because while we are a Star Wars themed channel, Justin and I definitely like a lot more stuff than just Star Wars. So I can go on and on and on and on and on and on and on about all of this stuff. But I will give you guys a hint on what the banger will be. It's not going to be what you expect, but here's your hint. So there you go. Stew on that. What could it be? An E11 blaster. It could be anything. Could be anything. Who knows? Yeah, unboxing stream turns into hot movie take stream. Exactly. I don't know. Something with an E11, which doesn't really narrow it down. Yeah, trash compactor Luke. Yeah, that video, hopefully it'll be up this week. Otherwise, I'm going to try my best to get the Book of Boba Fett Luke review filmed and out at some point. But it really just depends, because honestly, a lot of my time has been taken up because of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre video game. I've been playing that nonstop since Friday, and I've been loving it to pieces. Me and Justin were big fans of the Friday the 13th game. And it's one of those things where I'm just obsessed. Like I can't break away from it. Like this morning I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna film that review. And then I played Texas Chainsaw until I I literally had to jump on stream. So, and that's probably what I'm going to do as soon as I get off stream and get all this mess cleaned up down here. It's a awesome game. And if anyone wants to play, hit me up on Discord and we could play together. I mean, it's one of those games where you need a group of people and you need a group of people to talk to. I'm on Xbox, but it is crossplay, at least between PC and Xbox. So, yeah, just hit me up on Discord. We play some Texas Chainsaw together or something. Davey, you lurker. What's up, buddy? You tune in. You comment right at the end of the stream. I'm glad you liked the stream, though. I'm glad. What just fell? Why? Did you guys see that? Dave from 2001: A Space Odyssey just fell over. That was weird. Huh. It's Bucky. He's good. I live with him. He's literally upstairs right now. He is my roommate still to this day. But he just doesn't collect figures anymore. And since the channel is so focused on action figures, it's just one of those things where, you know, there's not really much for him to discuss with us. As much as I would love to, you know, still do content with Buck, but yeah, he's just not really into figures anymore. So, but yeah, he's literally upstairs right now. He's probably just hanging out. Nice, Zoo Boy. That'll be fun. That will be fun. But all right, everybody. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. And glad you guys liked the solo stream. I still have 1, 2, 3. We didn't get to 3 things in the pile of shame. So who knows? Maybe next time Justin goes out of town, we'll do another pile of shame stream where I can open some more figures. And Steven, before I go, how long have I played the bass? I've been playing the bass guitar since 2012. And by playing, I mean playing. I would not consider myself an expert or even a good bass player. Same thing with guitar. I play them, but I'm not an expert. I wouldn't even consider myself good. I just like to play them. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. I'm glad that you guys had fun with me on the stream here. We should actually next week I will be gone because I am going on vacation. So Justin might have a solo stream next week. But yeah, I will be on vacation, so I will not be here for the next stream. I don't know if Justin's going to do a solo stream or if he's going to have a guest. I'm not sure what he's got planned, but yeah, next week I won't be here. I'll be on vacation, relaxing, maxing out, chilling, doing all that good stuff. So thanks everyone for hanging out with me today. Appreciate you guys. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.